And welcome back to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from Egotistical Ghost. What's the question? Who would win in a fight, Megamind or Syndrome? Megamind, obviously, from the the movie Megamind, and Syndrome from The Incredibles. Now, both these guys kind of are similar. They're both geniuses. They both played the villains but wanted to be the heroes. But where Megamind ultimately became the hero after being the villain, Syndrome wanted to be the hero but became the villain. Ultimately, and he stayed the villain even to his dying day. So Megamind, they're both super geniuses, so they got that out of the way. Megamind is very skilled with technology, he's an inventor, all of that goodness. He does, however, have psychological apprehension for actually hurting and killing people. He doesn't really like the idea of it. So that is a hindrance to him as a personality flaw. But he still has like the standard like gadgets. He can create robots. He even made his own superhero. In fact, give me 1 second here. Megamind powers and abilities. I want to double check on what Megamind's actual, repertoire, if you will. Super intelligence. He has an alien physiology too. He does not seem to grant him any superhuman abilities or powers except for his super intelligence, but it does result in blue skin and a very large brain. He does have super intelligence with his innate psychology, his innate physiology. But besides that, I mean, he is just a very smart guy, a genius inventor, genius billionaire, playboy philanthropist without the playboy philanthropist billionaire part. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, master of disguise, engineering, gadgetry, weapons proficiency, indomitable tendency, and adaptability. Now, sadly, and I know I'm going to get more people who get on my case for this, I actually never saw Megamind. The little bit I've seen, I look at it, I'm like, probably would have liked it. I just I never did get around to watching it, sadly. But yes, he does seem to be a very capable individual with his science, where he is able to defeat the, superpowered being he created to beat, but who ultimately went rogue. So then you have Syndrome. Syndrome, on the other hand, does actually have all the capabilities to himself. Again, super genius, made the Omnidrones, I believe they're Omnidrones or Omnibots. I can't remember which name he went with now that I say it out loud. But he went with the, let's say, Omnidrones, which were tailored specifically to deal with superheroes. Giving even Mr. Incredible, who's allegedly the strongest hero in the world, a lot of difficulty. But beyond that, his suit actually carries with it a fair amount of abilities itself. He has that gravity laser, which basically allowed him to catch someone in. Let's say here, catch someone basically in like a gravity field, more or less. Which it was like a bubble, and he could just throw them around or keep them still. It was basically pure Omnidroids. That's what they were. They were Omnidroids. Allowed him to pretty much just throw them around. Basically, 0-point energy gloves. One of his best tools for fighting. The gloves literally freezes the targets and removes their gravity, making them easy to throw around. Rocket boots for flight. Explosions. Like a mad genius, he has wrist-sized explosives that act as mines. From the first film, as the bombs were beeping in the waterfall, it detonated by touching the bottom, the same way a layman does when interacting with a vehicle. Hovering wrist robot. On the field, Syndrome carries a wrist-sized hovering robot that can operate underwater and scan for life forms. However, it can be deceived through scanning the wrong source. Energy shot. He can just shoot bolts of electrical energy that is different from the usual 0-point energy. Basically, it's just an energy attack. So right from the get, I mean, again, I don't know for certain. I can't remember for certain, but what I remember from Megamind, but I can find out if Megamind himself actually carried any like weaponry on him, like at any time. Syndrome, however, does. And if this fight were to come down to just them one-on-one, because of Syndrome's attitude to being basically psychotic, or sociopathic at minimum, because of that, he would definitely have a bit more of an edge in combat, particularly if he just hits him with the 0-point gravity gloves, because you just gotta boom, and then just literally just ragdoll Megamind around until he's like, "Are you dead yet? Are you dead yet? Are you dead yet? No. Are you dead yet? Well, here you go, more explosives." I love the fact that he does have the Omni droids, which are specifically designed for killing supers, which Megamind would qualify for. So the question would be, does Megamind himself have anything at his disposal that could A, beat the Omni droids, and then beat Syndrome straight out? And I will say this, the little I do remember of Megamind, he did have his own like bots and stuff, like his own robots. I would say that probably yes, but with a fair degree of difficulty. And while their robot minions are duking it out, that's when Syndrome comes in and basically just says, "You're getting in my way. A super like you's getting in the way of my plan." Well, you're the first person to ever call me super. That's great. And then just hits him with the glove and just starts ragdolling him. The problem here is that I don't think we have anything displayed from his Megamind's actual original tech. Mind you, I don't remember everything from it, that could counter something like the 0-point energy gloves. Or that could, well, honestly, that's the real big one, because that's the one that he can basically literally control his opponent on the battlefield. And add on to the fact that Megamind doesn't like to hurt or kill people if he doesn't have to. In fact, he's really uncomfortable with the idea. Whereas Syndrome's like, "Oh no, I'm going to kill everyone." Yeah, I feel like that gives Syndrome a really big edge mentally in the fight as well. So for my money, I'm going on Syndrome in this fight. You know what? We're getting near the end of the year. We're now in October. We got it's the legacy season right now. So maybe one day we'll get a death battle with Syndrome and Megamind. I'd be down to see that. Both these guys were pretty cool from what I remember. Again, I never actually watched Megamind, but I've seen clips. I'm like, I like this character. I would have liked this. Someone maybe will give it a watch. But anyway, I go Syndrome in the fight, but who do you got? Syndrome or Megamind? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you folks later because I got the Adams Family review to do. So have a good one, folks.